Good morning. Today I was gonna do a classic shave. So I'm gonna go with classic single edge today. So I have here this is an old Eveready, and this is it's off the 1912 patent. So it's a pretty old style razor. And this is a Schick injector, and I don't really know how old this thing is, but it's old and it's unique in its own way. So I was going to show you guys how to load these things because they are a little different. So for the Schick injector, I'll do that first just because I have it in my hand. As I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but there's a thing right there that says insert key. And here's your insert key. So then you want to prepare yourself by coming back here and loading the blade or pulling that all the way back. Then you insert the key, and then you take your injector, and you never have to touch the blade. You just slide it right in. The old blade kicks out. Pull it out. Make sure it's lined up, which it is. I think we're good. Actually, you know what? I think I can get away with pushing that back just a little bit. And yeah, that one's acceptable. That's going to be a good shave. And then with the Eveready, you know, the old 1912 patent, the top opens up like this. And you take one of these blades, which looks like a paint scraper blade, but believe me, they are different. They're way sharper. And you load it in there. Then we got these two little tabs. And we have to make sure that the blade's resting on those tabs and that it's centered. And you can close the lid. And that blade is... I'll move it over a little bit just to get it dead center. Alright, I like that. So the blade's on there centered. It's hooked into those tabs perfectly. It's being pushed into that spring. So those are the two razors I plan on using. I plan on going with Sella for my shave soap. I already got some scooped into my bowl here. I'll go with Sella for my aftershave. Welcome back. So you saw me load some older razors earlier. The Eveready and the Schick injector. Instead of doing half my face and half my face, because they're wildly different razors, I'm going to do one pass, the first pass down with the grain with the Eveready, and I'm going to do my second pass across the grain with the injector. But sticking with the classic theme, going with Sella. It's a classic. Sella is it smells like almond and cherry, and it's really delicious smell. I'm going to be going in for my pre-shave, going back with the cube, and I just get out of the shower. So without further ado, a little extra water on the face, and go right in with the cube pre-shave. So adding a pre-shave, it's just another layer of protection. You're really going to be able to build the lather up in your face. All right, bring the brush out, give it a shake. I'm going to go right after the soap in a bowl. This is one of those Shave Nation bumpy bowls. I bought it. I like it. I don't think the bumps are super necessary. But it does work very well. And I'm using a Badger brush. Forgot to mention that earlier. But let's add some lather to the face. In my opinion, a Badger brush is the best at making a lather, as long as you have everything perfect. You know, you got just the right amount of water in it. You've soaked the brush for for a long enough amount of time. It makes a good lather. Now this one's a little dry for me, so dip the tips, paint some moisture in. And agitate. Now a gem razor or a Eveready, that style razor, it simulates the angle of a straight razor. So when you're shaving, you don't do it like a traditional safety razor. You lay it on just about vertical on your face. The more vertical, the better. And then you shave with that. And that's going to give you that angle that you would use on a straight razor. I'm going to save some lather on my brush for a subsequent pass. But I think we're there. So another little hack is to get yourself an insulated cup. And if you find a shave mug that'll fit on top, like this Shave Nation one, fill this with hot water that I soaked my brush in. Now the heat's going to go up and start to cook that lather. So it's a makeshift scuttle. Alright, we're going with the Eveready first. And like I said, you want, instead of like a double edge, you want this blade to be pretty much straight up and down. You only tip it a little bit and you'll feel it bite. They're very efficient. They work really good. You get a real nice audible feedback. Some people really enjoy that shaving. Alright, first pass in the books. So, in my opinion, those shave a lot closer than a standard DE razor. And it's a different feel. And I like it. It's different enough that I think you guys should give it a go. And they're not very expensive. So kind of kind of what wanted me to make this video is I went out antiquing. Me and my girlfriend, for our anniversary, went up to northern New Hampshire to go on a little mini vacation. And while we were up there, I noticed there was antique shop galore everywhere. So I said, hey, you mind if we hit up a couple of these places? And we did. And there was a lot of meat on the bone as far as razors go. Razors and bowls and brushes. Just classic shaving stuff. I didn't buy everything, obviously. But I think I did grab the cream of the crop. But you guys should get out there and don't be scared to hop into an antique shop and just see if they got some classic razors. Some of them are pretty obvious to tell whether they're, busted up or not, but these gems, or the Eveready, I keep saying I have a gem upstairs that's very similar, same patent. I think it's the same. I think the company might have renamed itself. Not positive, but I do have a gem and an Eveready in there. They look almost identical. But those razors, they shave pretty good. And if you can find one, the blades aren't the cheapest, but one blade lasts like 20 shaves. All right, now across the grain with the Schick injector. Now, my experience with this, I did find a couple of these up there, but I didn't buy them because I already had one. And this one works very well. You need an injector to load it. You might not need one. You could probably do it with a screwdriver, but I would say you got to buy the blades anyways, so they come in an injector. And they're a really nice shave. And in fact, as far as body shaving goes, these things are amazing. And when I say body shaving, I mean like manscaping. All right. A little bit in my problem area, my chin where hair grows in every direction. All right. Now, as far as that goes, a little bit in my other problem spot. But I've learned not to chase that one. It is what it is. And I think I'm going to go against the grain only on my cheeks. Because why not? And I'll mix it up. I'm actually going to go against the grain with the back to the Eveready. Man, that's a smooth shave. Likewise. All right, and that's it. Now rinse off real quick. Cold water. Dry my face. And that is a single edge classic shave. So I'm gonna go to my my go-to, splash on some coconut witch hazel. Let this dry up for just a second. And then I'm going to go in with the Sella Aftershave Splash. And there we have it. And that's a classic shave, start to finish. You guys should go give it a go. Don't be scared of these things. I mean, they stopped making them, but that's only because the big companies figured out that they could make more on those multi-blade cartridge razors. So give it a try. Don't be scared. There's a couple of you can buy them on eBay. They're fairly cheap. You can probably get one of these things in halfway decent, like shave ready condition, for I want to say $20, maybe $25 with shipping. And these things, I saw like 4 of these things while I was up on my up in one of those antique shops, and I thought about scooping a couple of them up, but I have a really good one. I like it, so I decided to leave them. But if you're in Berlin, New Hampshire, and you happen to see there's 2 antique shops that we found in the store in the town, and one of them had 5 of these things, 4 or 5 of them, for this style and one other style injector. So they're out there, and each one of those is $8. Where the expense comes with these things is the blades. The blades are more expensive than a double-edged blade, but I think you get what you pay for. Well, anyways, I'll see you guys on the next shave.